guys, and welcome to this video. This is a non-fiction overview, and yeah, as you can see, we've got our new bookcase behind us, a whole new setup for videos, bookcases which I attempted to build and failed, and Ellie managed to put together on her own. So yeah, as you can see,
they're a bargain. They were £17 each from IKEA. Not that we're, you know, endorsing IKEA, but 17 quid each.
I didn't realise how short you look in this video. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so this is just as we were sorting out our bookcase, we got together all of our non-fiction, kind of like the art of movie books and coffee table kind of books, and we just thought we'd do an overview before we put them away.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ellie's going to start off with what she's got.
So the first one we've got is Will Work for Nuts. A friend got Mark this for his birthday, and it's all about animals doing stunts for money, for food. Sorry, not money. So. Yeah, you've got goldfish playing football. It's just a really cool little book.
This one we've got here is the programme from the official guide from the Harry Potter Studios, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. We went on this for Ellie's birthday a few years back now, and at the time I wasn't a massive Harry Potter fan, and I was just blown away. That's actually got my favourite part that was there was the Ministry of Magic, the green fireplaces. So yeah, that was cool, and there's just so much stuff there, and I'm sure if you have any kind of inkling about this, you know all about this anyway, so yeah.
I put this in non-fiction because it is non-fiction. This is Sassy by Lisa Clark, who's now Lisa Lister. She's one of my friends. She's a published author. She's amazing. If you are a girl and you want any sort of self-help, self-belief guides, I don't really know how to describe it. Just go and check her out. She's Lisa Lister, and she's called Sassyologist on the internet. She's really good.
This one is Movie Monsters by David Baird, I think, Baird, and it's just like a tiny little horror book, just all about the stuff, pictures in it, full colour pictures in it like that. Nice coffee table book.
We didn't realise till we sorted our books. Actually, the majority of our books are these kind of books. That we just didn't. We haven't actually got enough room in our bookcases.
No.
We've got Voodoo Killers, which is a true crime by Joseph Carlson. I love crime, especially real crime, and you'll see a little bit more of that later. And
I'm into voodoo stuff.
So it's kind of stories from around the world about true stories about voodoo. It's good.
Next we have, which is in a bit of a sorry shape because I think maybe one of the cats got hold of it, but it's called I Could Pee on This, an other poem by cats. And we will end this video with a poem read by Ellie from this book. She'll pick one and it'll be at the end, so look out for that. It's a brilliant book.
Applies to cat lovers all around the world.
And then this is a book Ellie got me years ago now, isn't it?
When we were first together.
First together, I think, was it a birthday present?
Yeah. Yeah,
it was a birthday present. It is Get Dead by Jamie Oliver, not the chef.
And it says that on it.
Yeah. And it's basically a book with loads, obviously it's a book, but with interviews with people that are all work within or around death. So you've got embalmers and mental health people, florists that work funerals, funeral directors, casket makers, all sorts. And then it's full of stats like 2,500 cyclists killed or seriously injured each year in the UK. About 1/4 of the cyclists killed are children, 4 out of 5 cyclist casualties are male. There's loads of things like that. Great things to have named after you. Comet, crater, country, region, place, body part. And it says that it's just, and it gives you like famous people that have been named after them, or had those things named after them. So yeah, it's just really fun. I've never read this from front to back. It's always something I dip into, and it's really interesting because it's one of those things that people, death is still taboo, and it's the one thing we all know that's going to happen.
I've got 2 Supernatural books. I'll do them together. I've got Supernatural Official Companion Season 1, and then the Book of Monsters, Spirits, Demons and Ghouls. We love Supernatural. We're quite far behind now. We got left behind a little bit.
I think we've just started season 9, so we're not that far behind.
So we need to catch up. But yeah, we love Supernatural, and our favourite character, both of us, is Dean.
My favourite character is probably Crowley, if I'm being honest.
And we like Castiel too.
Yeah.
Sorry about the huffing, it's the dog.
Well, say hello, Mino. Up, up. Or not. There he is. Right, next I have Totally Bizarre. which is as you can see, was £2.99 from Ripley's Believe It or Not. If you don't know about Ripley's, they have a series of like museums for weird stuff. It's basically like a weird Guinness Book of Records kind of thing. But this has just got weird stuff in it, and weird stuff's always good to just waste time looking at.
This is Foul Deeds and Suspicious Deaths in Southampton. We used to live in Southampton until quite recently. And one of our friends got this for Mark for his birthday, knowing that we like all that sort of morbid stuff. Neither of us have had a chance to read it yet, but I expect living in Southampton and knowing the area quite well, it should be really interesting.
This one is The Evil Penguins When Cute Penguins Go Bad by Ella Annie. I think I got Ellie this for Christmas, just as like a stocking filler, and it's just packed full of... It's actually, some of it quite dark. I just saw one that had them clubbing a seal. But yeah, so this one, stopping animals getting on the Ark, and they were the cause of the Titanic. So it's just pictures, and it's a lot of fun.
This one's Working with Dragons, A Course in Dragonology. I think that says Ernest Drake. This book's amazing. It's kind of like it's like a field guide to dragons, but it's got really cool little interactive bits in it where things like, so this is your oath as a dragonologist, and you get your library card. All your different dragons, teaches you all about them.
It's really sad, but one of the things, I'm a sucker for it, I think Ellie is too, one of the things as kids we loved was when you got those books and they had loads of like pull-out bits where you pull at the bottom and something opens, or hidden bits within it. And talking about that, I've got another one here, which is another Ripley's one, and it's The Search of the Shrunken Heads, or For the Shrunken Heads and Other Curiosities, which, to be honest, Shrunken Heads are one of my favourite things. It was one of my favourite Goosebumps stories, and there's all sorts in here, there's bits that come out, and letters that open, and yeah. I think we must have picked all these Ripley books up at the same place at the same time.
They're from the works.
Yeah, and we love weird stuff, so it's fun.
Thumbs up to the works. I've got 2 books by Kat Von D. I'm a massive sucker for Kat Von D, I love her. And anything to do with her. If I could afford her makeup line, I would buy it. One of them is a tattoo diary, so it's pages of her diary, spoiler alert, talking about Nikki Sixx an awful lot, but then it also accompanies people she tattooed at the same time, so...
Basically, Kat Von D can't release a book that's just all writing, because people would complain, her being a tattoo artist and all. So it's basically a memoirs, and then she's kind of aimed them around people.
Like bam. And then this one, I think, is just about her growing up. I think this one is... It's been a while since I read all these. Yeah, that's how she became a tattoo artist, her life growing up, and that sort of thing. They're both really, really good. I really like the way she writes, and I love her artwork.
If you like her as a person, they're brilliant to read. If you like tattoos, they're brilliant to look through. Yeah. Because obviously, as much as I'm not a huge fan of her as a person, but you can't deny her talent. This is a making of the movie The Crow, the story behind the film. We were obsessed with this. It was probably one of the first movies we became obsessed with in our little goth phase. And obsessed with it, and the story behind it, obviously Brandon Lee being so into the role, and it's so tragic that he died during the filming. And
I think the thing that got us most was the documentary at the end of the film. It's
showing
kind of
how...
a bit like this, which is him talking about how excited he is about the role, and his colleagues talking about him being a bit weird and a bit morbid.
Yeah, and how it was his first shying away from martial arts movies, which obviously with his... Was it uncle?
It's his dad, isn't it?
Was Bruce Lee wasn't his dad?
No, he's related to Bruce Lee.
I'm sure we will get absolutely crucified in the comments about that. But I'll put a little thing in when I find out. And next we have the Steampunk Bible. This is by, I thought so, Jeff Vandermeer with S.J. Chambers. And this is, I mean, look at that for the back page. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's basically a coffee table book all about the different parts of steampunk. There's things about conventions and authors and fashion and all sorts. I mean,
our wedding was slightly tinged steampunk to begin with, so this was... Next we've got Wicked, the Grimmery. I'm not very good at saying that. Which is the behind the scenes from the stage show Wicked, which we went to see.
God, you opened that, the good page.
I did, didn't I? How did we see this?
Oh
remember.
God, years ago we went to see it in on New Year's Eve, and I don't know how we managed to get tickets in that. And New Year's Eve in London, don't do it; it's fucking ridiculous. But the musical was incredible. I'm so happy we went. We got a last minute tickets and last minute
right
hotel.
down the front, like three
Yeah.
rows from the front.
The ticket they were in the they call it the circle.
Yeah.
All the stalls.
And we got to meet the cast afterwards.
Yeah, we got to meet the cast afterwards. It was amazing. It's probably in here somewhere. There's a programme that we got signed by them, so that was amazing. So yeah, we couldn't have had a better night with that.
I've got Mode, Ugly Betty. When Ugly Betty first came out, me mainly, I was obsessed with it. I loved the concept. I love, is it America Ferrera?
Mm.
I think she's really, really cool. I just love the concept. I love the characters. It's just crazy. It's like, it doesn't even pretend to be realistic. It's just crazy and off the wall and nuts. But we fell quite far behind. We watch a lot of TV series, so I've still got quite a bit to watch. But Mark bought me this for a birthday present because I loved it so much.
Okay, next I have Edgar Rice Burroughs, the Burroughs Bestiary. Obviously, Edgar Rice Burroughs from Tarzan fame and the Of Mars series. And this is just a bestiary of creatures he created, really. It's nothing more than that. And then we have a Where's the Meerkat Journey Through Time. This is a present from Ellie's dad for me, and it's Where's Wally but with the meerkats from Compare the Meerkat. And then we have the Guillermo del Toro Cabinet of Curiosities. This is
I don't know what that was.
this is such a good book. It's basically, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a treasure trove of stuff about Guillermo del Toro. If you were like me and you love him, you need to own this book. He released a special edition that was like a big set of drawers that opened up and had secret compartments and had like props and stuff from his movies. But this is amazing, and it wasn't expensive, and it's full colour, and you get things from his sketchbook, and he goes through each movie talking about how there's things about Bleak House, which if you're a fan you'll know was his house that he built, but then he filled it with so much movie memorabilia he had to move into the house next door, and now Bleak House is his, like, the house is his man cave. And there's stuff in there like he's got a full-size H.P. Lovecraft who's reading a book at his library. There we go, that's perfect, there it is. That's a full-size model. But yeah, he goes through all the movies that have been released, and then you even get some of his sketchbooks for movies he hasn't managed to get. And this goes all the way up to Pacific Rim, so it's just before Crimson Peak. And there's the things like Meat Market, Mephisto's Bridge, The List of Seven, Left Hand of Darkness, and The Mountains of Madness. Yeah, I can't get over how I love this book so much.
You know, we're animal mad, and I really like Cesar Millan.
The Dog Whisperer.
The Dog Whisperer. So this is Perfect Dog by Cesar Millan. And actually, if you are having a troublesome puppy, or a troublesome 10-year-old Rottweiler, well, a lot of what Cesar Millan says works. Most of what Cesar Millan says works.
Be the pack leader.
Yeah, you've got to be a pack. It's all about being a pack leader, and you know, he never ever mistreats dogs. He never abuses them or hits them. But we use his tapping technique a lot with Milo because Milo just goes nuts about something. And if you just tap him,
distracting the focus.
Yeah. It brings him back around to what you're trying to ask him to do. Whereas if you carry on talking to him, he's just going to carry on ignoring you. I'll go again because I've got a couple to do. Again, on the animal mad theme, I love Simon's cat. So I have
originated on YouTube.
I have Simon's Cat versus the World, and my favourite particular at the moment, Simon Cat and Kitten Chaos. We picked up a ginger kitten last week called Pumpkin, and he is nuts, and we are both scratched to buggery. So this one's quite good, so let me find an appropriate picture for describing our situation currently. This is a good example. The little cat teasing one of the big cats, and then the little cat's under a banana peel. And that kind of... He's just mad. He's just nuts. And I love him, and we love having kittens. We've got 4 cats now. But yeah, Simon's Cat's amazing. You should watch the videos on YouTube, and the books are just as good.
Okay, next I have the Universal Studios Monsters book. This is another coffee table book. That's just absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to go through and try and find you a photo because there are way too many, but It covers everyone. And yeah, if you have any interest in classic horror movies from Universal, this is probably your best place to go. Right, guys, this is the end of part 1. We've had to split this up because it's so long. And yeah, cheers for watching this part 1, and we'll see you in part 2.
Bye.
Bye.
I could pee on this. Her new sweater doesn't smell of me. I could pee on that. She's gone out for the day and left her laptop on the counter. I could pee on that. Her new boyfriend just pushed my head away. I could pee on him. She's ignoring me, ignoring her. I could pee everywhere. She's making up for it by putting me on her lap. I could pee on this. I could pee on this.